going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Time for my NFL picks of the week. If you guys are new to my channel, every week, every game, full breakdown, my prediction against the spread. And if you saw it last night, I did kick off the college basketball content for the year. As I'm recording this video, behind me on just one of the screens, I got Louisville and Arkansas. I've been watching a ton of college hoops, just haven't fired off the content yet. And now we're underway. So for the most part, you guys can expect my pick on every single game against the spread in college basketball all the way through March Madness. Even more reason to make sure you guys are subscribed here right on YouTube channel. Ladder challenge. I see a lot of comments. You guys asking for me to bring back the ladder challenge. We successfully got more than halfway through it. And that $1,300 wager came up short there on Black Friday because the Eagles at home let the Chicago Bears just run right down the middle of the field and couldn't even cover an alternative spread of 3.5 as almost a full touchdown favor or whatever it is. I forgot what it was, but just an absolutely heartbreaking way to have that ladder challenge come up just a couple days short. So I will run it back. I told you guys in the college picks video. By the way, if you haven't seen that yet, that video is out. My picks for these championship games in college football. But I told you guys in that video, and I'm telling you right now, the ladder challenge will be back. It'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and fire off a same game parlay in this Thursday night NFL game. Dallas Lions, a huge game. I know everybody's going to be watching. So make sure you guys are subscribed with those notifications turned on, and you'll know exactly when the video comes out tomorrow with my same game parlay, my $100 wager. You can see I've reverted back to this part of the screen. Really, really sad. I mean, I don't even know if it's still in here. If I have that backdrop, yeah, I guess we're up to what, 1,300 before the Eagles plus 3.5 came up short. Absolutely brutal. But yeah, get ready for the ladder challenge to be fired up again. And before we jump into these NFL picks for the week, just a friendly reminder, I did have a losing week. Yeah, doesn't happen often with me in premium, but of course it does happen. You can see the updated numbers on the bottom of the screen. Yeah, it was one of the ugliest weeks I've ever had. Most of that money lost was because of the Chiefs coming up short, because of the Ravens coming up short, and because of the Eagles, of course. So even with that, man, even with a really bloody week, still up over 20 units of profit this football season. And you can see right there on the screen, combined college football and the NFL. The last times I had losing weeks, the following week I went 9-1-1, up almost 20 units of profit. So we're in a bounce back position, and I do have a 10-unit max play coming out this week. So if you're in premium, buckle your seatbelt. We're going off this weekend. If you're not on the text list, link is right in the description of today's video, danspicks.net. Absolute no-brainer. But let's go, guys. Oh, I guess I didn't share the screen yet. So let me bring up Outlier Sports. We'll start running over these NFL games. It's just a good-looking week. I mean, I'm not even trying to be ridiculous or extra dramatic or whatever, try to be like a fake salesman. I'm not trying to do any of that. I told you last week I was a little sketched out by the slate. A lot of garbage games. This week, these are great games. I mean, let me know in the comments. Do you guys disagree? I think this is a really good week of NFL football. College, some championship games with a lot on the line for certain teams, that can be tricky. But for this regular old week of NFL football, I'm extremely confident. So let's see if we can start off today's video with a winner, and let's just get right into it. Let's look at some betting splits for this game. I don't know how we can ignore this. 58% of the bets right now on Dallas, 51% of the money, and that's come down a lot. That's come down a significant amount. It was way worse than this earlier in the week. But at the end of the day, we do have a public underdog. Not as public as I would have thought. But again, I'm recording today's video kind of in the late afternoon, early evening hours of Wednesday. So this market isn't fully developed yet for Thursday night football games. If we really want the full handle or close to the full handle on this game as far as the market developing, we got to wait until tomorrow, guys, when people get off from work, lunchtime, whatever. That's when a lot of tickets are going to pour in here. And I think they're going to continue to pour in on Dallas. And I get it. The numbers are the numbers, the eye test, all of the above. Dallas holding on to some playoff hopes. I just can't do it. Now, I need an injury report, and I could look it up right now. Amon-Ra St. Brown's a huge factor in this equation. I mean, if you gave me him and Laporta and somehow, some way this was still around a field goal, maybe my biggest bet of the year would be on the Lions. with the current injury reports, the current conditions of these teams, I'm going to be looking at the Lions. I want to see how the market goes here. If it closes a 3 or above, I'd like the Lions better. I know a lot of you guys that might be new to sports betting. Maybe that doesn't make sense. You would think, well, wouldn't you want it to come down even more? Wouldn't you want the best price you could possibly get? Yeah, but a telling sign here would be if money continues to come in on Dallas, and yet the spread stays around a field goal. So I'd be a little bit spooked, if this went down to like a 2 or a 1.5. Then it would probably be a Dallas money line play, or just take the points as is, or tease Dallas up. All those options would make sense at that point. But I'm going to look to the Lions here. This is their season. I mean, they're skidding right now. A lot of pressure on Dan Campbell, the fourth down stuff. I don't know. I got to sell high on Dallas. I got to buy low on Detroit, Got to go down with the ship. If that's what's going to happen, that's what's going to happen. You're not going to win every wager sports betting. And a lot of you guys don't understand this. A lot of people really expect both my premium, my free picks, whether they're talking about somebody else's YouTube channel or their own picks. People out here in this industry really do walk around expecting to win 52 weeks out of the year. And that's absolutely out of control. 62% is truly some world-class stuff for winning percentages. I mean, tippy top world-class stuff. So we can't win every wager. We just have to continue to make wagers where if we made 10 of them, hopefully 6 of them come through. I think that's what we get here. We got to look at the Lions. I'd probably go money line in that one or lay the 3, depending on the pricing and how the markets develop. But yeah, I got to look at the Lions, and the fact that it's a primetime game with everybody on the over, and the over is up to like the mid 50s. I got to pass on the total. I don't have the balls. At least right now, things can change. People on my text list will know if it does. I don't have the balls to bet the under, but a primetime under, a total that's crazy high, I would definitely, gun to my head right now, I would bet the under in this game. I mean, the line's gone up. Everybody's on the over. You can see the betting splits there on the screen. So pretty deep dive there on the Thursday night game for you guys. Hopefully appreciate it. Seattle and Falcons. I'll make this one simple. And I do think there's still a 7.5 out there. I'm going to take the points with the Falcons. I think they can win the game outright. I mean, it's just the NFL. Seahawks, kind of a sell high spot. I know they've been good on the road, but it's still Sam Darnold. At any given moment, this guy can kind of turn into a pumpkin. Kind of a low scoring grind out game. I think Atlanta can kind of grind this thing out and maintain a larger share of the time of possession. A full touchdown? What are we doing here? Give me the Falcons. I'll take 7. Saints, Bucks win. I have no clue about the spread. Kind of want to lean taking the points, but it's just brutal. Colts, Jags, tough one here. I think it's telling, though. I mean, just think about recent results, right? The Jags are looking really good. Things are positive. People are worried about the Colts now. They're looking kind of susceptible. They're looking kind of vulnerable. And yet here they are as a road favorite. I mean, it's not much. It's basically a pick 'em. I'm going to look at the Colts here. Colts on the money line. We can look at betting splits really quick. Are the Jags a public dog? They are not. They are not. So take that for what it is. But yeah, I'd be looking at the Colts here. I think the Colts can get right. Tough game. Maybe look at an over in that game. Over 47.5. Of course, the betting splits, all the data, all these injury reports, everything right here on Outlier, guys, you can get for free. I do have a partnership with these guys. I put a link in the description. Hop on this platform for an entire week, not a 1-day thing, 3-day thing, an entire 7 days free trial. No obligation. You can just cancel it right after if you're not absolutely thrilled with how much money you made using the data here, but at least use this platform for a week. Free trial, link in the description. Check it out. Commanders, Vikings, this line's flipped. It's gone from a small dog to a short favorite here. I agree with that. I'd play Vikings on the money line. I think I just don't know how the Commanders are going to be able to mentally rally for this game. I don't see it. I bet the Commanders plus 6.5 at home there Sunday night versus who even was that? I don't know. I'm having a brain fart right now. God, I have to look it up. It's just gonna kill me. It's just gonna absolutely kill me. Commanders. The Broncos, the fraudulent Broncos. Yeah, I bet the Commanders. It was the right bet. It looked like they were going to lose, but we cash our ticket. Then it goes to overtime. Of course, they lose by a touchdown in overtime, getting 6.5. Everybody was on the Broncos. It was a perfect, sharp bet. And I would make it 10 times again. And honestly, probably 7 of the 10 times it would come through. So is what it is. I like the Vikings here. I think Washington, they're cooked, man. That was it, right? Lights, cameras, action, primetime game, a Denver team that's significantly overrated and fraudulent. And they just couldn't quite get the job done. So I don't know how they're going to rally here. Vikings are going to get this one. Maybe looking at an under. Titans and Browns, 3.5. Interesting. So this has come down. I agree with that. The last time I looked, it was 4.5. I would take the 4.5. At 3.5, sure. Give me the 3.5. I think the Titans win the game outright. Not a Shedeur Sanders guy. And I want to take this minute. I want to take a minute here to make an apology. And I'm going to bring myself up on the big screen. I'm sorry to everybody on my text list because I have constantly, especially when they're in college, I have shit on the Sanders, especially Shedeur and the Colorado program. He's not an NFL player. He's not even close. And I just didn't have the balls to back the 49ers on the road after Brock Purdy threw those interceptions. If they had a cleaner game, I would have absolutely nuked the 49ers. I knew it was the right side. Some people I respect in the industry were on the Browns, and I just couldn't quite get there. But I just want to say sorry because we should have absolutely faded Shedeur off of his first win. We knew they were going to come crashing down, and to pass on that opportunity, I definitely regret, but it is what it is. I'll go ahead and look at the Titans this time. Steelers Ravens. So I bet the Steelers. I bet them plus 3.5 in the last game. It closed 2.5. Significant, an amazing wager when you're on the right side of a field goal like that, a key number. And after a half, man, after one half, the Steelers were absolutely in the driver's seat. It was a simple scoop and score that changed the entire game. Oh, one score can't change the whole game. It absolutely can. A single play completely switched momentum and changed that game. Without that scoop and score to get the Bills legs going, I guess, to get them moving, to get them awake, I think Pittsburgh would have went on and won that game. So I liked Pittsburgh in that spot. They're going to be flat. And I see the thing, Adam Thielen, I get that they were getting booed and Mike Tomlin got confronted and they got ran all over them right down the middle. James Cook. I know we're going to get a good effort. I'm well aware of the last 30 games that Pittsburgh and the Ravens played and how it's always close and blah, 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 blah. That's the past. The past is the past. This is a new year. I'm not going to use a trend using some 40-game sample size of Pittsburgh and Baltimore because a lot of those games was Big Ben and Antonio Brown and an actual competent Steelers defense and a Ravens team that was mainly a defensive team and didn't have a great offense at times. These teams aren't the same, and everyone's freaking about Baltimore, freaking out about them. Why? It's just the turnovers. Everyone's like, oh, Lamar sucks. He's not healthy. The offense just doesn't look right. They're moving the ball. They're just turning it over. So if they can play a clean game, use Derrick Henry a little bit more, do the exact same stuff they've been doing, I see zero reason to panic. Lamar looks fine to me. Is he 100%? No. Is he more than capable and is still a top 3 quarterback in the league? Yeah, in my opinion. I'd take him over Drake May in a snap of a fingers, even in his current condition. So if they just don't turn the ball over half a dozen freaking times in a game, then I don't know how this game's close. I mean, Pittsburgh, once again, despite looking bad, public underdog, just probably because of like decades worth of trends with this matchup. And I just don't buy it. Baltimore's going to get this one and probably comfortably. I'm going to lay 5.5. And I'm always trying to be the contrarian guy. That one I just don't understand. Miami and Jets, Jets just because of the weather, but pass. Bengals, Bills. 5.5. This has come down a little bit. I think it was 6.5. Look, the back door is going to be open. At the very least, the back door is going to be open. I didn't think the Bills looked good against Pittsburgh. Like I just explained, it was a scoop and score that got them back in the game. They were about to lose to Pittsburgh. They lose consistently on the road. Yeah, this is back in Buffalo. But I don't know. Since he's had some success there, I'm not worried about Cincy against this Bills. I mean, the Pittsburgh is so bad. They couldn't even take advantage of this defense, which is very bad. If you're going to guarantee me, well, no, it's actually me guaranteeing you guys. Worst case scenario, it's a 10-point game down the stretch, and Burrow will probably get us a backdoor cover. I'm taking the points. I think Cincy could win the game outright. Look at an over. Denver and the Raiders here. I think this is a money line play on the Raiders. Denver is the single most fake 10-2 team I've ever witnessed. I can't believe how fake and fraudulent they are. Are they a first round exit in the playoffs? Probably. I mean, it's insane. You really can't sell any higher on Denver, and you can't really buy any lower on the Raiders. I'll take 7.5. And man, every week there's like one game that's shocking. Last week, Carolina beat the Rams. Everyone thought that was literally impossible. I think the Raiders are going to outright beat Denver. I'll take 7.5 points. Bears and Packers, another fake team. Bears out there, number 1 seed. You just can't sell them high enough. If this is a stock, if this is Nvidia or we bought gold at $1 an ounce, we can't sell them any higher than this. Obviously, if they win this game, they'd be a little bit higher. You get what I'm saying? They're going to get killed. I don't know. I'm not a Packers, a biased type of guy. You guys know I'm a Packers fan, but I've gone against them repeatedly this year. I take this very seriously as a professional every single week. And just because they're my squad doesn't mean today's pick is because of that. I like the Packers. I like the Packers big. Hopefully we get at least a B+ performance out of Jordan Love, and we're going to cover the number here. I don't get it. Chicago's fake. They ain't running the ball up the middle like they did last week. I don't know what type of drugs Philadelphia was on. They're in the funk again. Green Bay at Lambeau Sunday afternoon against a fake Fugazi, overrated Bears team that's going to come crashing down. I think they put Williams in a blender. Hopefully LaFleur doesn't get like too nerdy in this game and try to be too cute. If we can get a B+ performance out of Green Bay here, they're going to cover 6.5. Rams Cardinals bounce back spot. Still think the spread's too high. Not an upset. Rams will get back in the winning column probably by 6 or 7 points. I'm going to lean taking the points with Arizona. Houston and the Chiefs. Look, I get everybody that's taking the points with Houston. I totally understand it. Recent results this year is a full sample size. CJ Stroud looks okay. The defense is elite. The coaching, it's just a significant coaching advantage still for the Kansas City. And if you look at the percentages of their playoff chances, win versus loss, I think with the win, they go up to the mid to upper 50s percentage. With a loss, it's over. It's over. I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I'll go down with this ship. I will absolutely go down with this ship. Give me the Chiefs against a team that at times, especially on the road, the offense can just disappear. Can Spags dial up some defense, please? This Texans offense is not that good. How long can the defense for the Texans keep them in this thing? Even if it is a tight first half, even if it's 10-7, 13-10 after half, I think Kansas City will get up and over 3.5. I'll lay the points there. Maybe just look at the money line. And then Eagles Chargers, I'm going to take the points. This has come down 3.5. If anyone out there got a 3.5, congratulations. I might know somebody who got a 3.5 on the Chargers. It was 3, it's 2.5 now. And if it's above, if it's above a pick, if it's 2.5 or above, you just got to go Chargers. The funk thing for the Philadelphia Eagles team, it's real. It overrides the roster. It overrides coaching. It overrides every other category you can look at when handicapping a game. This team legitimately needs to go see a witch doctor or go to therapy or get laid or just go out and have a drink at a bar. Something. When they get in this funk, then it's nothing you can bet on. Give me the Chargers. They're going to win the game outright. At least they have their head on straight and act like true professionals in this industry. So there you go, guys. Another week NFL. How about that breakdown? I feel like I got a lot right. Somebody write this down. Somebody come back to today's video. I want to see how these picks do. My record. Of course, these are free picks for every game. If you guys want to know the bets I actually submit money on, jump on premium. Link in the description. But really good looking week ahead. Hopefully you guys cash some tickets. I'll see you tomorrow. Ladder challenge. Don't forget college basketball picks. Those will be out later tonight for Thursday hoops. So a lot going on right now. See you guys in the next video.